Cool. Hi, this is Bobby here. Getting ready to go on stage. I just wanted to make this video real quick. This is my video for today of me just being in the moment and just really just enjoying everything. It's been awesome. This is my last show at this club. I love this club. This is a Down Under in Greeley, Colorado. I gotta go. I'll finish this in a minute. It's fine. I'm doing something. Keep it going for Jason, huh? Yeah, and everybody, huh? Look at that. Oh, I feel so neat. Look at it. It's shiny. It's so gold. I'm rich, bitch. What's up? How goes it? What's up, man? I met you outside. High five. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. Sit down. What's up over here? Air high five. That was kind of weird. Alright, what's up? I am Bobby Byrd, not related to Tweety. Or Larry. Get Larry Bird. He's a basketball guy. Like, he's not like a basketball guy. Like, he played basketball, I guess. I don't know. He did something. He was a hockey player. Wouldn't that be crazy? What if he was? Look, I have one sleeve up and not the other one. I should fix that. I mean, they don't have to be even, but it's just kind of weird. Like, I could feel it, like this one was heavier. But this had the mic in it. This one should be heavy. You guys don't care. This is water. It's an orange straw. Have you ever tried to explain the color orange to anybody? Like, explain the color orange to the next blind guy you meet. Because, like, we meet them all the time. Like, we just hang out with Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. But the next time you meet them, tell them about the color orange. Because you've probably never seen it. Because it's a color. This is going so awesome. I'm crushing. I'm so glad that joke didn't bomb, right? Move this out of the way. I think I'm cute like a Furby. Woo! Because you don't know if I'm really cute or kind of creepy. But either way, I'm fun for a couple minutes. And then you hide me from your kids. That and I haven't had any action since like the 90s. That's not true, they're coming back. So, getting my groove back. If my name was Stella, I'd be getting it. Stella got a groove back, yeah. I'm gonna do a joke that's gonna make you high five me. It's gonna be brilliant. I get laid all the time. Woo! Like Jersey Shore's intellectual. Means it's not. Also means I don't get laid. Kidding. My sex life is very prosperous. Actually, no, I fucked that joke up so hardcore from the top. I think I'm cute like a Furby. You don't know if I'm really cute or kind of creepy. But either way, I'm fun for a couple minutes and you hide me from your kids. It's funny because you guys didn't think I was going to do the actual joke. You thought I was going to stop after from the top. I think I'm cute like a Furby. But I did the whole thing. So it's funny to me. I want to include you, but you're so over here and everybody's over here. So it's going to be fine. I'm going to pretend there's people here. High five. Yes! Oh, look at this! There's glitter. Glitter is so becoming more social. That was awkward. Let's try this again. Oh my god, look, glitter! See, now it's gonna be cool when I finish the joke, because you guys don't know the rest of it. I almost did it again, too. That was like almost like red flag replay the whole last play. That was an NFL joke. It's fine. Glitter is becoming socially more acceptable. like, we had the holiday, like the Christmas holiday, right? All the Christmas cards came in at my house, and there was glitter all over them, and my sister-in-law goes, "Oh, look, glitter!" Put it on my brother's face, like, "Oh, look, it's so fun." And I was like, you know what, this is bullshit. Because if he came home at 2 in the morning with glitter where you put it, this would be a totally different conversation. It'd be like, where the fuck were you? I was at Hallmark getting your fucking card. Because you know Hallmark's open 2 in the morning, right? Yes, air pound.
No Hallmark's here.
No Hallmark's here, right? I don't know if air pound is really good.
Hallmark's open. Hallmark, sorry.
I know Hallmark rhymes with Walmart. That's weird that they did that way. Like, we're Hallmark. What are we going to call our giant store that we don't pay our employees very good money at? Let's rhyme it with Hallmark. And actually, let's include them in our store. That'd be cool, right? If we just had like one little section for all their cards. Because Hallmark is in Walmart. It's fine, they're not all good jokes. Some of them are just facts that I tried to make funny. Didn't really work, it's cool. This guy liked it so much. Right? Awesome. We drinking tonight?
Woo!
No, because we're not old enough. Man, except for this one. Who was not going to high-five me because she didn't like the joke about glitter. It's fine. I work at a strip club.
Woo!
Yes! It's fine. I don't dance. And if you're asking about a private dance, you can't afford me. Sorry.
Oh, good.
That's Waters cheers on that joke. Yeah, look at me. I'm dripping all over the place. I suck at life. Actually, I'm very good at life because I'm breathing. I'm very bad at death right now. I suck at death. But when I'm dead, I'm fucking horrible at life. That was so straight of me. Man, look at this. Someone said something, I did something the other day, and they're like, that's so gay, and I was like, the act of me dropping my pencil in that fashion does not mean I fuck men. It just means I dropped my pencil awkwardly. Why can't we just say that? You drop your pencil, pencil. That's the new name for pencil, pencil. Write it down. No, literally. That's P as in pen. Sid as in Sid. I like how I went from P to Sid. Like, that was just so... I think Count should not be the guy who does numbers. Wouldn't it be funny if Count was the guy who goes, A! B! Sid! Call back to the moment that just happened. How cool is that? It wasn't even a joke, it was just a moment that just happened. That was fun. Oh. This guy's loving me. Awesome. What's up? What's your name? Chair. What's your last name? You shy. It's fine. So if we were drinking alcoholic beverages, one person, we would know that drinking is a lot of fun, right? Yeah. Freshly 21. He knows all about it. I love drinking. I used to love drinking more than I do now. Mainly because it's a lot of, like, you'll get there. Where you'll experience, you underage drink, right? Like, it's fine. No, there's no, yeah, we know what you do when no one's around. That's a masturbation joke, too. It's also an alcohol joke, but it's fine. It's totally cool. I love drinking because, like, when you drink, like, you just, like, the differences between drunk and sober people are so different, obviously, because that's funny that I said the differences The similarities between drunk and sober people are different. English is my friend. Actually, I suck at English. I'm actually going to take it as a first language and a second language so I can be well-rounded. I like how I said actually twice, which is probably Google Dictionary. Redundant. Not retarded, it's fine. Someone called me remedial. That has nothing to do with drinking, but someone did call me remedial. And I said, no, I'm just slow. Till I found out remedial means slow. Which I guess the opposite would be premature ejaculation. So, getting that worked out. Right? He's like, yeah, it's iffy. Go back to Penson. It was fine. We having a good New Year? I'm going to bail on the drinking joke. We'll come back to it later. But I'm going to bail on it. I'm trying to stop. That's why I'm doing all these other jokes about glitter and invisible people. And this guy. Because I'm bailing on the drinking joke, but I didn't want to tell you, but I felt dishonest. So now I'm trying this new thing, honesty. So I'm losing weight. I was once fat. Than I am now. We having a good year so far? New Year's resolutions? Yeah? No? We didn't do that shit? Fuck that, right? I love New Year's resolutions because I ask people all the time, I was like, what's your New Year's resolutions? I want to quit smoking. I want to lose a bunch of weight. I want to stop drinking. So you want to start your year by losing and quitting. That's fucking awesome. Awesome. My New Year's resolution was to win in game. I was going to Sheen it all year. But winning. Yeah. See? He likes that one. I'm doing stuff for this guy and to make you high five me. Are we there yet? At the end of the show. We'll get there. Awesome. Orange straw. I like the beginning of the year because we always try and bring stuff back every year, right? Like bell bottoms. Remember those? Tight ass, loose legs. That's how babies are made. It's fine. Totally there. I think we should go to a different era and bring something back though and make it cool and make it relevant. You guys with me on this? How about dinosaurs? Yes. Bring them back. I'm gonna actually bring this shoulder or this sleeve down. I keep putting this one up and they're uneven and it's bothering me. So from the top, I think I'm cute like a Furby. Dinosaurs, let's bring them back, right? You could have dinosaur amusement parks, dinosaur rides. You could catch one and milk it. Because that's normal. They even wrote a song about it. Open the door, get on the floor, everybody milk that dinosaur. Totally awesome. You guys are doing drinking material or references that were around before I was born. So, it's totally cool. Actually, I don't know when that song came out. It was the name of the band who did this song. Google it. That's what we do these days, right? We Google shit. I lose a lot of people when I say that we should milk a dinosaur. Because they're like, Bobby, you can't do that. They're reptiles. That's your problem with it? Okay, let's look at this. One, they're extinct. We'll throw that out. Two, why do you gotta crush my hopes and dreams of one day seeing a big, purple dinosaur? They're purple. Dino. Flintstones. You thought I was going with Barney. It's fine. Dino. All the way. Big purple dinosaur with an udder. A T-Rex with an udder, you're telling me that would be fucking epic? Little arms, fucking cow udders. Watch it try and milk itself? That'd be cool. Yeah? I like pie. That's definitely the way to go after dinosaur milking. 3.14, awesome number. Man, I'm crushing right now. You guys have no idea. This is so awesome. I can feel it. You're gonna high five me. I'm crushing so epically. Oh. I'm from a small town. I'm from Estes Park, Colorado. Anybody? Yes.
Woo!
Person 2. We're clap 3. No. And a clap. Not the clap. That's a sexually transmitted disease. I got. Someone applauded. I think we should now only refer to people applauding as applauding. Not the clap. It confuses people. That's awesome. I just wrote that right now. You're welcome. I'm from this small town, Estes Park, Colorado. It's totally cool. Like it's a tourist town. So like in the summertime, there's like 20,000 people there, but in the wintertime, there's like 20 people there. Like my graduating class was me and Elk and Bill. It was awesome. The tourists, they asked all these questions too. They're like when did a deer turn into elk? February 31st? I don't know. Deer turn into elk? What the Maybe to get away from the Boulder Police Department. Have you guys heard about this? The Boulder Police Department shot an elk. Actually, one guy, not the whole department. 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, there's like the whole department in front of my house. For what? There's an elk. It's causing a ruckus. This guy, a cop, Boulder police officer, shot this elk. Like, apparently it was wounded and needed to be put down. So he decided to do that and then call his buddy, off-duty sheriff, to come put it in the back of some truck. Because that's not wishy-washy. Where are the gun control nuts on that? No, we can't have guns. Police officers put down elk. Where are the Westboro Baptist Church fuckers? Did you know that Boulder held a vigil for this fucking elk? Candlelight? They told stories? Remember when Billy, God rest his soul, scraped his antler on that aspen tree? That was so fun. And then, to make matters even better, I don't say worse, because come on, it can only get better. 2 days later, they held a walk on Pearl Street. They fucked up traffic to walk for this elk. Not like a herd of it. Not like some reindeer. Fucking vixen didn't get put down. Elk. Like, it's fine. Like, I understand, like, your need to, like, want to love these animals. But it wasn't your pet. Like, you didn't feed it. Maybe you did. I don't know. Did you feed Vixen? Did you feed him? Kinda. Was this... Maybe this elk, like, needed to be put down. It was probably crazy. I don't know if you're familiar, but there was this case about Jaminet. Maybe the elk knew where that happened. No one has found Jaminet Ramsey, and so the officer was well within his right to put down this animal. For one, he was talking. Elk don't talk, right? Like, I know where Jaminet is! You're crazy! No one knows where they are. You're an elk. You don't talk. That's like the second thing we notice about that. The cool thing about this story, look it up. Like this seriously happened. Not the Jaminet thing. Well, that happened, but not that the elk said that. That might have happened. I don't know. I wasn't in the situation. But the officer on duty was this guy named Carter, who I know. I know him. He used to come to the strip club I work at. He wasn't like the dancer, like that. He wasn't like, oh, we got a police officer, bad boys, what you gonna pay me? This is awesome. This is not even material I have ever thought of before. I just read a paper and there was an elk that died, and they said vigil, and I know what that means because I saw people with candles. So that's definitely what it means. I'm spitting right now. I'm probably retarded. I have ratings. So we should bring the dinosaurs back. Where did I go from there? I don't know where we are in my set. Because, do you know? Furby. Okay, so remember, I'm cute like a Furby. Let's just bring it back to this. Has anybody seen the show King of the Hill?
Woo!
If I shaved and took off my hat and shaved my head, I would look like Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. I know it. I did this like weird virtual thing on the computer where I took a picture of Bobby Hill and I took my old license picture and I merged them together to see if I could see what everybody else saw. And I saw that there's no reason to shoot a fucking elk and then have a vigil for it. Oh. Just a Facebook. They have a Facebook page for this elk that they named. I don't know what they named it because I don't pay attention that closely. I've got 2.5 Men to watch on reruns because fucking Charlie Sheen's not in the new one. Right. I like how it's a new one and not like it's still the same show. There's just different people in it.
Seen it once. I've seen it once.
Me too. What's your name?
Leon.
Leon? We're friends. We are also friends because you guys came in and I high-fived you. They know how to high-five. So... Pound? Like nothing? Are we not friends? Are you mad that I asked Leon his name and not you? What's your name? Heather. Heather. See, now we're formally introduced. Hi, Bobby. Woo! Yes! Applause break for the high five. Comics, I'm crushing. Okay. So, buttons is what you sell. No. Too much. I work at a strip club, and at this strip club, we have this girl named Gemini. And I like to fuck with her. Not like fuck with her. Like, I like to mess with her. I like to pull pranks. And one of the pranks is when I'm the DJ and I'm announcing her on stage, I like to call her other astrological signs. Like, that's going to be doing it for Candy. Right now we have Taurus coming on up there. No, that's not right. We have Virgo taking over. No. And then I asked her, I was like, what is next to Gemini on the astrological chart? She said Cancer. And I was like, ooh, that's a good one. She's like, they don't get along. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Cancer doesn't get along with anybody. It's fucking cancerous. Cancerous. Toys R Us. Cancerous Toys R Us. Gotcha. Fucking crushing right now. It's so cool. My ego right now is going, you're awesome! Look at all you people laughing! And then the other guy observing ego was like, you suck. Like, why do you care? I like how I looked at him because I didn't want to face you people judging me for that whole joke. It's totally cool. Totally fine. So at the aquatic center up in Estes, that's a swimming pool. For those of you who don't know what aquatic means, I didn't. English, first language, and second language, well-rounded. We are recapped now. We are recapped? That's not even right. It's left. So, the aquatic center at Estes, they require you for open swim to go through a series of tests, and if you don't pass said test, you have to wear a life preserver. Life jacket. Sounds so humiliating. Life preserver sounds like it's saving your life. Because it's preserving. We don't like preservatives in our food, but we do when we relate it to life. Just do written material while we don't write stuff. And I was like, wait, so even I have to do that? I was taking my nephews to go do this, and I was like, really, even I'm like 26. Like, I have to pass these tests, otherwise I have to wear a life jacket? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, come on, I've been swimming since I was like 25. I can do this. And they're like, no, you have to do the test. So you have to swim the length of the pool back and forth without touching the bottom. And then you have to go underwater, hold your breath, and then come back up. I'm like, wait. You want me to go underwater, hold my breath, and then come back? That's fucking drowning. You want me to drown and then come back up? I'm not Jesus. I can't, like, drown and resurrect myself. I almost fucked that up. It's fine, though. We totally don't care. That means business. I'm a penist. I think I almost fucked up penist. I almost said penis. Man, I like it when we just insult people with the weirdest things. This set is so all over the place. Like, I'm talking about dinosaurs, and like, there's no segues. Rape whistle. We insult people. Like, we like to call people dick. Or, you are such a pussy. You asshole. Like, all body parts, by the way. Like, just once, I want someone to be like, oh, you're such a left nostril! Pinky toe! I would high-five that person and tell them they're fucking so not in an elbow sneeze. Elbow sneeze? What the fuck is that? Man, I almost snorted. But what is an elbow sneeze? That is so cool. Elbow sneeze. How long have I been up here?
About 26. 27.
No, there's 2 jokes that I want to do. That's the only reason I'm up here, is to do these 2 jokes. But they're like 3 minutes, and that's it. I'm trying to make it 2 more minutes, and then I'll do these jokes. And I'll let you guys go. Because you guys like looking at me like, oh my god, you're like an episode of fucking that one cook show. It's only 30 minutes long, and there's commercial breaks. There has not been one commercial break during my set. If you were here at my CD recording, which you weren't, there should have been, because I had to pee so fucking bad that I cut my set short, and I should have just been like, I have to pee. But I didn't do that. I can't remember any of those jokes, because I said I would never do them again. So you guys have to listen to me babble about elbow sneezes. And you guys hate me for it. You guys have been judging me this entire time. They're like, why is he saying elbow sneeze? What the fuck does that even mean? Elbow sneeze. I'm going to tweet that right now. Fucking elbow sneeze. And then be mad about it for like fucking days, right? Because that's what we do. We get so angry about shit that people say, and we just bitch about it for like days on end. We're like, oh, he said elbow sneeze, and I fucking hate that. And then you have to tell everybody. And you have to get other tweeters. Oh man, it sounds like tweakers, but it's not. It's like a social networking disease. Addiction. I like how I said disease. Like, oh, you're a tweaker? Oh man, what's the cure to that? not tweaking, I guess. I'm fighting the cure to death as we speak. I'm kind of working on that. I mean, AIDS has me beaten cancer, but death, finding a cure. The Kickstarter campaign. Help me raise money for the cure for death. We don't have a walk. We don't have a walk. No, we have wakes. Funeral humor. It's crushing. It's a horrible joke. I apologize. I'll tell you these 2 jokes. I'm gonna make you wait for them. It's like, see, you have never been to a Bobby Byrd show. This is what Bobby Byrd does. I like how I'm referring to myself in the third person. This is what Bobby Byrd does. That's me. This is what I do. I get you all worked up, all riled up, and I tell you about something. I put a little Christmas present out for you, or a Hanukkah gift, or a thing, a gift, I guess. And I dangle it in front of you, and you think it's all cool. It's awesome. I'm going to unwrap this, and it's going to be the best thing ever. I don't even know what it is. And then you're going to unwrap it, and it's going to be air. You're going to be like, what the fuck? I have air already. What am I going to do with extra air? Oh, you don't even know me at all. And you're going to walk away and watch Napoleon Dynamite for 3 days. Not 4. 4 is too much. 3 days. And then you're going to watch the next 3 days only once, because, come on, really? Have you seen that movie? It's fucking horrible. I've never seen that. I think we underappreciate stuff in this life. We take for granted that there are things in this life that we have that we just don't appreciate, like baby teeth. Remember them? You have them, you lose them, and then your grown-up teeth come in. And we don't even care. But if you think about it, what if that only happens to teeth? What if that was other shit? Like, oh, you lost your baby arms. Gotta wait for your grown-up arms to come in. Make puberty suck, right? Like, oh, you just got your balls. I gotta wait for your grown-up ones to come in. What do you do? Do you stick them under your pillow? Jordan, after your surgery. I'm telling you, there's fairies for like molars and stuff. There's gotta be some value.
I have enough nickels.
High five in the back. Bam. Give it up for Jordan, huh?
Woo!
Yes.
Too dark.
Great set
Too dark.
that I paid attention to like the last half of it. I'm sorry. I was kind of like doing some video thing that I have to do.
So did I, that's alright.
So it's cool. See? We go way back to trailer park days. That's a thing that people say that I just made up right now. Wouldn't it be weird if you guys were like, oh man, they know each other for like years, and we're like, no, we met like Friday. It's fine, I took a drink of water. That was actually your guys' chance to also take a drink, but you didn't take the drink, so now no more chances. Shit. Now you're gonna be pissed and watch Napoleon Dynamite for like 3 days. Not 4, because 4 is too much. 3 is not enough. 8 is not enough, actually. Apparently it is. Nothing.
No.
It's awesome. Man. Oh, I was talking to a friend the other day, and my friend was like, I'm going to take gold in the Olympics. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take 4th. They're like, no, seriously. And I'm like, no, really. 4th. Like, come on, really? Like, why? I don't know. I don't even want to make the podium. And then I thought about this, and I sat there and I thought about this for 3 days, because 4 is too much. Man, Man, actually, I should go back and do all those jokes because I just said I want to take 4th place. 5 is too much. So when you go back and you relive my set in your head, because that's what you're going to do because you have no lines. The joke where I said you watched Napoleon Dynamite 3 days, it's 4 days because 5 is too much. So I want to take 4th in the Olympics. Same dedication, same heart, same everything. As the guy who puts in who gets first. But I'm going to take 4th. And I'm going to call it to everybody. I'm going to let everybody know. I'm going to call all the media stations because I have their numbers. I'm going to be like, hey, I'm taking 4th in the Olympics. Fuck Michael Phelps. I'm taking 4th. And I'm going to outshine whoever takes first. You want to know why? Because that's fucking awesome if you actually did all that and you took 4th fucking place. And so my friend who wanted to take gold was like, what happens if you overshoot your goals and you take like 3rd? Well, then you took 3rd at the fucking Olympics. How cool is that? The only way you could fail at this is if you took 5th. And at that point, at 5th place, you already have lost at 4th place. So what doesn't? No, there's no fucking pressure. So the moral of this set is just have fun.
Yeah.
Seriously, go out and take 4th place. And if you overshoot your goals, you overshoot your goals. Shoot for 1st, but take 4th. Seriously, it's a lot harder to take 4th. Seriously, just think about that. How hard would it be? Like, you would have to suck less than the 3rd guy. Like, what if you were awesome too, and you were like swimming? I don't know if it's swimming, hula hooping. I want to take 4th at hula hooping. And you have to outlast the guy who's like, I'm doing out. Like, maybe that's. I think the tortoise won because the hare got paid off to take 2nd place in that. Man, there should really be more characters to that story so I can have an awesome joke. So we've got the tortoise, the hare, Leon, and Heather. And the hare wants to take 4th place. So Leon, your goal is to let the hare take 4th place. You know there would be people in that guy's life. I'm writing this as I go. You know there would be people in that person's life who took 4th. It's like, don't let it go to your head. It's 4th place. I'm lucky if I get a fucking ribbon. Take 4th. Later.
Woo-hoo!
Here we go for volleyball!
Yeah!
He's a really wrecked nipple, that guy. We almost got 3 open mic people.